Those who fail, those who are deemed ugly, weak, or poor are belittled and mocked. Human beings are used, betrayed, and discarded in a commodity culture. Freedom can no longer be conflated with the free market, and the travails of the poor are rapidly becoming the travails of the middle class, especially as unemployment insurance runs out. Class warfare once buried under the happy illusion that we were all going to enter an age of prosperity with unfettered capitalism is returning.
Cyberspace is a metaphorical idea, which is supposed to be the space where your consciousness is located when you're using computer technology on the internet, for example. The most interesting thing about the term, for me, is that it made me begin to think about where one's consciousness is when interacting with other kinds of media. For example, even when you're reading, where are you? What is the space in which your consciousness is located? And when you're watching television, where are you? Who are you? Of course, people say with the internet, for example, it's a little different in that you're always interacting, or most of the time, with another person. And when you're in cyberspace, I suppose you can be anyone you want. There's something very different from face-to-face co-presence with another human being. New technology, this kind or any other kind, is a kind of Faustian bargain. It always gives us something important, but it also takes away something that's important. That's been true of the alphabet, the printing press, and telegraphy right up through the computer. But for instance, when I hear people talk about the information superhighway, it will become possible to shop at home and bank at home and get your texts at home and get entertainment at home and so on. I often wonder if this doesn't signify the end of any meaningful community life. I mean, when two human beings get together and they're co-present, there is built into it a certain responsibility we have for each other. And when people are co-present in family relationships and other relationships, that responsibility is there. You can't just turn off a person. On the internet, you can. And I wonder if this doesn't diminish that built-in human sense of responsibility we have for each other. Then also, one wonders about social skills. That, after all, talking to someone on the internet is a different proposition from being in the same room with someone. Not in terms of responsibility, but just in terms of revealing who you are and discovering who the other person is.
The father of the space age. That's what they call him. You know what he said? I'm not the father of the space age. That's the real father of the space age. Okay, now this guy, who was at Cal Poly Tech, right? This guy, Jack Parsons, was openly a devil worshiper. He developed the fuel that enabled us to penetrate the stratosphere. Satellites could not have come about without this guy. In his diary that he himself wrote, he had a dream. This is 1948. He had a dream where he saw somebody that he calls Belial Dajjal. And he tells him, you are helping me. Okay, I'm not making this up. You think I'm making this up? Wallahi, I'm not making this up. You go look it up yourself. Study where all this technology comes from. Okay. You know, read about the magic and the Enlightenment period. All these scientists were magicians. They were all into black magic. You read about Francis Bacon. I just read a biography of Francis Bacon called Knowledge is Power. Magic and the creation of modern science. Francis Bacon was reading all these magical books. 2001: A Space Odyssey. What's his name? No, the guy that wrote it. Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke, great technologist. He actually has most of the patents that enabled the satellites, right? If you look at his interview with BBC in 1961, where he predicts the internet, he predicts the cell phones, he predicts texting. He said that by the year 2000, people are going to have handheld devices that enable them to talk to anybody anywhere, right? Arthur C. Clarke said, and he has 3 laws of technology. One of his laws is, no technology reaches a level of complexity except it becomes indistinguishable from magic. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a Luddite, right? I'm using a microphone right now. I'm not a Luddite, but this whole worshipful attitude towards technology, to me, is really stupid.
Bien entendu, le sacré n'est pas toujours le même, mais l'homme a toujours respecté. Et lorsque une puissance détruisait ce que l'homme avait à un moment dans une société, à une époque, appelé le sacré, alors l'homme vénérait, respectait cette nouvelle force qui avait manifesté qu'elle était plus forte. C'est-à-dire que c'était un sacré qui était plus sacré que l'autre. Et c'est un des aspects qui est très grave dans notre société, c'est que la technique, ayant détruit tout ce que l'homme considérait ou appelait le sacré, dans la nature, etc., eh bien l'homme est spontanément amené à regarder la technique comme du sacré. C'est ça qui est l'élément extrêmement grave. Alors, le sacré, autrefois, était toujours dans la nature, et maintenant la nature, elle est tout à fait désacralisée, et c'est la technique qui apparaît à l'homme moderne comme du sacré. Je pense à ce scandale chaque fois qu'il y a une manifestation dans les rues. Eh bien, ce qui scandalise vraiment les gens, c'est quand les manifestants brûlent une automobile. Alors ça, c'est la destruction d'un objet sacré, absolument.